Hello and welcome to all you Sagittarians. Welcome for your monthly horoscope for June 2015, and it's gonna be your cup of tea for the month of June, because your ruler is going to aspect Venus. Your ruler Jupiter is going to aspect Venus. It's going to aspect Uranus, and all in fire signs. So it's all very open and opportunities coming your way, and it's good because lately there were a lot of stressful aspects going on, especially the last few months, and this is a welcome for everyone. And it's not only going to happen this month, it repeats itself, this aspect, in August, I think. Am I correct? No, in September. In September, Venus is going to trine Uranus again, but not your ruler. So your ruler trines it now. What does it all mean? This is energy of opportunities. This is energy of sudden windfalls. This is energies of, yes, there is growth, there is expansion that is possible. And it comes out of the blue because Uranus is a planet of not only of liberty, but it's the planet of sudden, of unexpectedly. And this is happening in very fun houses for you, Sagittarius. It's happening in your 9th house, which is your house, which is the house of the Sagittarian. And it's happening in your 5th house, which is the house of enjoyment, play. It's the house of romance. It's the house of your expression. It's the house of self-expression. It's the house of children. It's the house of enjoying yourself. So all of these houses are activated. And the 9th house, what is that? Well, it's the house of publishing, studying, astrology, philosophy. It's your vision, your opinion. It's your connections with abroad. So certainly if you're single, there is a big chance that, especially if you've got planets around 19, 20, 21, 22 degrees of Sagittarius. So if your rising sign is on that degree, or if you have a birthday around, let's have a look, if you have a birthday around the 12th, 13th, 14th, 15th, 16th of December, because it's around those degrees that Venus-Jupiter conjuncts, and it's an upbuilding. It's throughout the whole month that you will feel that upbuilding. And so you can meet someone from abroad or from a very different background, and you will be attracted to that because it expands your point of view. It enriches you. It enriches your experiences. Remember that the Sagittarian has a need for experience, has a need for adventure. So through traveling, you could meet someone. Now, on another level, it could have to do with studies, that you study something and it's going to be quite interesting and very, it's going to give you meaning for the rest of your life, you could say. That Venus next month, by the way, is going retrograde, which means, again, even more the importance of that Venus there in your 9th house. Venus in the 9th is very gentle, it's very nice. It's normally once every year, but now it's 3 months there. So you will be enjoying everything that has to do with the 9th house. So as I said, for some of you it's traveling, for some of you it's studying, for others it's publishing. So if you have written a book or made something creatively, whether it is a piece of music or whatever, there is a good chance that there is this sudden thing that opens up opportunities. And then it's up to you, of course, to grasp that opportunity, but that won't be too difficult if you are a Sagittarian, or some Sagittarian planets there. So this is really, really good news for the Sagittarian. Even if you're not going to travel or you don't have connections with abroad, even just Venus and Jupiter in the 9th can mean that you can read a book or see a movie, and that just opens your mind. It blows away your mind. And you're different. You're different. The ninth house is a key house of your foundational belief system. So if that changes, everything changes. You perceive everything different. And Sagittarians are very keen on that, because they have that urge to experience, because that broadens their knowledge. So that's a really interesting aspect there. Not least because also an asteroid called Juno is involved. And Juno is the asteroid of commitment. And it's also in that ninth house. So it's going to conjunct your ruler as well with Venus. So it's going through also that ninth house, showing that commitment is very important, that there is some kind of commitment to maybe a study, maybe a person, that is like maybe a friend from abroad, that is helping you tremendously, and is maybe a bit of a mentor for you even, and helping you in your life. Could be the case as well. Whatever it is very positive. And what else is going on besides this very good transit is, of course, a continuation a bit of last month, the Mercury going retrograde. And normally a Mercury retrograde it doesn't necessarily have to be bad, but it's a standing still. So it demands a better standing still, so a slowing down, and it demands a bit of re-evaluation. And for you, it happens in your seventh house, which is a key area of life, which is your relationships. It could be your business partner, but it could be also your lover, or it could be even a person that has a tremendous important role in your life at the moment. And you are seeing this person in a different daylight, whether for good or for bad. That's up to the context, but you're seeing him or her in a different daylight. That's the message of the Mercury going back and forwards and squaring up to Neptune. And the Neptune is in your fourth house. So it's important for your identity as well on a very deep level. Your identity is involved in here as well. The other person is a mirror, of course, always. And it seems that I made a separate video about Neptune and Mercury. So if you are very interested about this aspect that I'm going to describe, I'll put a link below if you want to know more. Especially if you are a Sagittarian who's got planets between 7, 8, 9, 10 degrees of Sagittarius. You will feel this aspect the most. And this is all about confusion in relationships. But the confusion is there to give you this broader picture, to give you this more experience, if you like, that the Sagittarian is always looking for. And if you want to make a very important decision considering relationship, that you don't want to have this person in your life anymore, or the opposite, you do want this person in your life, or more or less or whatever, the best time for decision making is around the end of the month, as from the 27th, because then you've got all the pieces, and sometimes the pieces are there right in front of us, but we don't see it, whether that is consciously or unconsciously. So this is what's happening for the Sagittarians when it comes to this Mercurial Neptunian thing going on. That is quite a long time, because Mercury goes normally very fast, but because it stays there for such a long time, it has an impact on relationships. So take it slow with relationships and see what comes. It's not about doing too much there. But at the same time, you've got Sun and Mars in a conjunction in your seventh house as well. And especially, so the Sun and Mars are very male planets, are very doing planets, are very, it spicens up the life. It's about doing, it's about action, it's about identity. And these two planets are conjuncting in the seventh house, especially the first 2 weeks. That could mean that you will encounter people, male probably, so it doesn't matter when you're a male or a female, but male people that that can come over quite strong. So in a good way, it's assertive people that are very strong and confident. In a negative way, it's arrogant people. So how do they say that? Forearmed, or something like that. But don't lose your temper. Don't go into the ego struggle. Just try to understand these people and stand still. But of course, you don't have to let them walk all over you either. So use this aspect in a positive way, which is you listen to them, but you also say your thing. That's the positive side of Sun Mars, because this is courage. So if there's something you need to say to someone that demands a bit of courage there, you can do it, especially in the first 2 weeks of the month, whether it is a colleague or someone you work with or a person that you love. It's a good time, especially when you don't dare and you know that you need to do it. That's the positive side of the Sun-Mars energy, instead of being aggressive. So that's it. A very good month, I think. Yes, Saturn is going retrograde in your 12th house. But I don't think that's so important. It just means a bit of cleaning up on an unconscious level has to be done on some old patterns that are not working anymore. But that's just on the background. I don't think that's the most important thing. Your ruler in a trine with Uranus is the most important aspect. So if a good thing happens to you, if an opportunity happens to you, remember the 9th house and the 5th house. If that is happening, take it and do it. So thank you very much for watching. Thank you for all your support, and see you next month. Bye bye.